The secret of some of the fastest growing personal brands online is they are publishing over 100 posts per day. But doing this manually would cost you over 16 hours. Or if you hire someone to do it for you, it could cost you easily over $12,000 a month. This AI system creates and publishes over 200 short video posts across 6 platforms 100% automatic. Just paste a YouTube video link, tell it how many short videos you want. The AI finds the most viral moments, adds subtitles and captivating hooks on top. Then posts it to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter according to your publishing plan. YouTube is a gold mine for shorts with viral potential. The algorithm already proved that people love this content, but taking these long form videos and turning them into engaging shorts manually would take me over 15 hours. This AI system does it for me in minutes. Today I'll show you step by step on how to build this AI-powered automation, even if you've never built something like this before. If you want to skip the setup and get this automation running instantly, you can grab my pre-built templates. It's available inside my AI agents and automations template subscription, where you get a growing library of ready-to-use automations and AI agents. Stick around till the end because I'd also break down exactly how much this automation costs you to run. Even if you're not on your computer right now, make sure to watch the entire video until the end, because you will learn the concepts of building highly effective AI-powered systems that you can use to save hours each week. You can get free access to the setup document we will be using that contains all the links and resources we need to copy and paste into our AI system. You just click on the first link below this video. Then you just enter your name and your best email. Check this box, click on Get Access. Then you will be presented with a special offer to get that growing library of AI agent automations for a discount while your setup resources were sent to your inbox. It could take a few minutes for the email to appear. Now make sure to also check your promotions tab or spam folder, then drag it to primary, click on yes to receive future messages, and then you can open that, and here you find your download resources with the setup document and all other resources for any other video I ever published. And there you just go to the corresponding video and then click on that, and then here is your document. The first thing we need is to set up our automation platform. We use a platform called n8n. Here you can start with a free trial, and once you are signed in, you will see this workflow overview. You might not have any in there yet if you haven't built one before. So you just click on create new workflow, and then we can start building. I've already prepared this platform for me. So I have these 4 different segments where we will build the different parts of these automations. We will start with the first node. So here you just click on add a node. A node is basically a module where you can connect to perform certain processes automatically, and you can connect different tools. Now we will use a trigger as Telegram. This is just basically our user interface to trigger the system that turns the YouTube video into different short form videos and gives us the result back and makes it published on these different platforms. We select on message as a trigger. Now, before we can run this, we need to click on create new credential. Now you need to download Telegram. This is this messaging app which you can use for free. Download it to your computer. So click on download to your computer, download it to your phone if you don't have it already. And once you've done this, and then I can open that here. So I can open it on my computer, and then you go to search and you type in bot father. This is the setting bot that allows you to create new bots and manage them here. So you just click on start, and there here, click on new bot. So we'll just give it a name. I just call it demo 9.6 YouTube Shorts. And then you need to type in the same, but just attach the word bot. And there you have it. Now we need this access token. So click on that. Let's close that and go back in here. Paste this in here and click on save. And that's all we need to do. Once this is green, we can continue. So let's go back here. Now we'll drag this here into this part. And now I also open this bot. So click this link here, and then I click on start. And then if I click on execute workflow, you see it's green. This is a good sign. And it already gives me all this detail. So here's the text and stuff, that what I need. So I can send information to the workflow through Telegram now. So the way my automation will work is I can go to YouTube. I can grab a link to a YouTube video. Then I open my Telegram. And then I paste it in here. So this should be the link. And then I can type in a number, and this number will determine, okay, how many shorts will be generated from this YouTube link. So when I send this and I trigger that, it will get this URL and the number. And now I need to split it up, because here I need the URL and I need the number of videos to be generated as separate values. And to do this, I use just a code module, because a function will do this for me. And I will call this split, because it splits up these values. And now I go back to my document and I go to this function here. I didn't program it myself. I just ask Claude or ChatGPT to do it for me. And then I just paste this in here. And then I click on execute step. And then you see it gives me the YouTube URL and it gives me that value, how many should be generated. Also have this table view, and that's exactly what I need. So now let's click save. Next, we can already start with the process of turning the video, the YouTube video link we just sent to our Telegram trigger, into those different shorts. And now we will build this part of this workflow here that allows us to do this. Now we will use a tool here called Klap App. So that's a tool that allows you to do this. And here turn videos into shorts. You can sign up for a free trial. So click on get started. After you signed in, you scroll to the bottom, click on API. And now when you want to create a new key, you need to set up your billing information. But you will only be charged based on what you actually use. So just complete the process here, click on that button. And then you can create your API key. And once you've done this, let's go back here, because now we need that key to access this service. And we will use a node called HTTP request. This is the node you always use when you need to integrate tools into your workflow that don't have a direct integration. For example, Telegram, you see we could select directly a Telegram module, but for Klap App, we don't have this. So let's open that. Let's call this analyze video, because there are several steps. First, it analyzes the YouTube video, right? It tries to identify what are the most engaging segments of the video, and then it uses that as video ideas for the short videos. Now here we need to scroll to the bottom here, this curl command that allows us to directly import the settings into this module. That's really good to use, saves us a lot of time. So now we only need our API key here. So let's go back to Klap App. And we need this API key several times, so I would suggest keep this open and replace the entire thing. Only the API key should be in there. And then here we need to switch to expression, and here we need to map those variables here, those placeholders. This is the video YouTube URL that comes from the split function. This is actually the clip count that we have defined here. And here, this is also the max clip count we've defined here. Now there are a few settings you could adjust if you wanted to, and I've included this breakdown here. Go to this link, and there you find the different values you can enter for those different settings to modify your video output. But for me, this is already enough. So I can click on execute step, and I see, okay, there is no error. This is good. Now it's processing. So this means this video is being analyzed by our Klap API. Let's click on save and then continue. So the next step is to check the status of the analyzation process and to see if it's complete or not. And we use another HTTP request node. Let's go back here, because we have another curl command here, this one. So let's first rename this to check status. Click on import, delete that and use that. And here we just need to go here to our API key, copy that key again in here. And then to the top, we need here the task ID. This is this here that we get from analyze video. So just drag it in here. Make sure there is no space, and then we click on execute step. Then we get a value, and we see status is still processing. So we will still have to wait. And that's why we first need to actually build a loop that checks every few seconds, is the video analyzation complete? If it's not, then wait again and then check again. So it's just an if node here. If this drag is here, if the status here is normally when it's complete, it says ready. If it's ready, then it can continue. If it's not, it just waits again. So we have a wait node. I would set this actually to 30 seconds, and then it waits and it checks the status again. So let's just arrange this here for now. Let's click on save. And what we also want to do, once we have submitted it, we want to pin it. So then basically this value is saved and we don't have to run it again or submit the video again, because with each submission costs us a few cents and we want to save costs during the process. So we will pin this now. Now we can continue already. Like while this is waiting, actually I can already execute this here. And then it's going to wait, right? And then it checks the status again and then it runs until it's done. And in the meantime, we can keep building this. So once it's finished, we need another module which gets us the ideas. So the analysis basically gives us back the analysis. Okay, you told me to turn this YouTube video into 5 videos, for example. Now here are the ideas, here are the segments from this video, here are the shorts ideas, right? So, and to do this, we have a module that does this for us. So this is get ideas and import here from URL. Now we need to the API key again, put it in here, and here comes output ID. Now before we get the output ID from check status, we have to wait. So we can't do anything now. I will just rename this to get ideas. And now I have to wait until this analysis is complete. I could also go to my dashboard here and I see, okay, the video is actually finished, right? The analysis is complete. So I see it already here. So it has worked. So when I click on that now, I would actually need to go to check status first. So if I click on get status, it should say ready. Okay, good. And now when I execute this step, it should get to the true branch, okay? And now I can get this value. So now I have this ID here, right? The output ID actually, it's this one. So I need to remove that and then drag this into here, remove that space, and then execute step. And this should give me a list of 5 ideas. You see 5 items here in the table, idea 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. I can also pin that, so it doesn't need to be processed again. And also the check status, I can pin that also down. Let's drag it in here. Next, I need a module. Also, again, we are still in the Klap app, so there's still a few more processes before the video is complete. Now, next is to get the high definition version of these shorts. And this is what this is for. So again, import curl command. Now here we have several IDs we need to map. First, it's the output ID again. So let's go back on here into check status, output ID. So this usually should go in here. So if you have problem dragging it, I just basically cut it out. I paste it in here. And then we need the short ID. Now the short ID should come from get ideas. And here, this is basically this. So let's go to schema. And this is the ID we need. And it will should automatically run through all the shorts it has gotten us. And then we will rename this to this make high definition short. I just copy that. And then I also need the API key here. Again. Click on execute step. Now we see the status is processing, so we need another module here that actually checks the status of these shorts that are generated. So another HTTP request node. So I have another module here for you. It's called get final shorts. Copy this code. Import it. Now a few things to map. The output ID again. So where do we have the output ID? We have it here. Just let's make a space here so it's easier to drag in. Okay, I can't really drop it in that. Let's again cut and paste it. Then we have short ID. Right, we have this from get ideas. This is that ID here. Okay, I can drag this in. Then we have export ID. The export ID is this here. Make HD short. It's this value here. Now let's also rename this to get final shorts. So it's important to keep this exact names so the references work when you use this code that I've created. And then we can click on, actually we first need to enter the API key again. API key here, then execute step. Oh, then we see, okay, the videos are all ready because we've already waited a few minutes here. Next, we need a function, a code again. And this is a function that we call check ready. So what it does, it checks if all videos that are currently being processed are complete, because only then can we continue the workflow. So let's copy that, paste this in here. So when I execute it now, it will give me this output, yes, and it also gives me, is everything ready? And this is true. And only when all the videos that have been processed are done, all the short form videos, then I can continue. And to check this, I will add an if node. And this is very simple. We drag, is everything ready? Like, are all videos ready? And this needs to be set to Boolean is true. And now you will see it will give us a true branch, because in our case, the videos are already ready. But normally that's running. So this could take up to a minute until the shorts are ready, depending on how many shorts you are generating. And so if it's false, if the videos are not ready, then we add a wait node again. I could set this also to 30 seconds. So wait 30 seconds and then check again, get final shorts, which gets the status of all shorts. And if it's ready, and if it still isn't ready, it goes back again and checks again after 30 seconds. And if all shorts are complete, we continue with the next step, which is another HTTP node. So click on HTTP request. And here we need this. Get YouTube title, import. Let's also grab this here, the naming. Import this. Paste the name. Switch this to expressions. Now I need to find the YouTube video URL, and normally it's after split here. Needs to go in there. And then when I click it, you see it's now loaded. This is my title. Perfect. Click save. Before we continue, one important note. I originally built this entire workflow without this code node. And then I realized afterwards, without this, it would cause me issues and problems. That's why I had to go back during the editing process of the video and now replace this segment here that you're watching by inserting this code node. So for the rest of the video, this is still a previous recording of this tutorial. Everything else will stay the same because everything else has worked. But don't be irritated if you no longer see this code node. It must be there, so don't remove it. Just follow along the rest of the video and you will get this workflow to work perfectly. Now the next part is about scheduling the videos. Now for scheduling the videos, we use a Google Sheet as a simple database to set our publishing plan and also to organize all the videos, short form videos we've generated. So as you just saw, you click on this Google Sheet template and then you click on make a copy. So first I will rename it to my date. And now you see it has two functions, this Google Sheet. One is to set your posting schedule, because this is where you define, okay, now you're generating your short form videos. How should they be scheduled? Like how many shorts per day should be published and during which times? And we will set this in a moment, but first let's continue here. And this is the content. This is where all the data we have created, like the videos and information, the URLs, and also the scheduling times are saved. So this is a database at the back end of automation. So the first thing we need to do before we can schedule something, we need to get the schedule. So here you can set it. All the yellow values, you need to set them in your for your specific preference. So first you need to define, okay, how many posts should be published per day? Like for me, you can set it, okay, I want to have 5 videos a day, or I want to have 1 per day. Now here comes the time zone offset. Okay, what does this mean? Well, here the processes, like all the scheduling, happens in what's called universal time zone. Like it's this UTC format. But here in my local time, based in Germany, right? For me, it's like 9 a.m. But in UTC time, that's 7 a.m. basically. And the time zone offset is 2, because I go to here and I type in, okay, Germany or whatever your location is. For example, I could type in Munich, UTC, time offset. And then it will tell me, okay, what is it? Plus 2 hours, right? So that's why I have 2 in here. I have 2. If it would be, say I would be based in New York City, then let's see what it is. We have UTC minus, so this is the value you need. So you would type in minus. So I would type in -4. And then you see it changes this start time and end time. And that's important because this is your reference. So you actually, the schedule happens at the correct times. I leave it to 2. So I want to publish my videos 1 a day between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Then that's it. Now I need to get that schedule right in my automation so it knows when the videos should be scheduled for. And this is where I use a Google Sheets node. They have a direct integration and it should be get rows in sheet. Now first I need to connect the Google account, click on create new credential, sign in with Google, select the same Google account that your Google Sheet is in. So you could basically go to the Google Sheet, check, okay, what is the Google account and make sure that's the connected one. And then here I can go to documents and now I see the Google Sheet pops up. And now here I need to select schedule. And then if I execute it, it gets me those times and the values I need, like my schedule. Now I will rename this to get schedule. Go back, click save, move it in here. Next, I need a function to clean up the scheduling values properly. So let's go to the bottom here a little bit. We have schedule settings. This basically just gives me a format of those values that's easier to process for my automation. So I click on execute step and you see now it gives me those 3 values exactly as I want them to. I call this schedule settings. Go back, drag it here. And now what we need to do, we need another Google Sheets node because we need to check if we have several entries in our Google Sheet, like several videos have already been scheduled. We need to make sure that all the next videos we generate will scheduled into the next available time slots. And to do this, we will set up a few nodes that ensure that this works. So we need to click on that. We will call it get existing schedule, rename. And what we get, we just wanted to get all the values from the sheet content. So let's switch this to content. Now when I execute it, it will not give me anything because it's the first run and I don't have any entries yet, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. The only thing what I need to do is I need to switch it to always output data. This is crucial so that all the other nodes we will set up after that will still work, even if there is no value yet. And then continue. What we need next is we need to check, okay, normally we check, okay, so out of all these dates, what was the last time that was scheduled? Because this is the reference point. I know, okay, then this is the last time, so I need to find the next time. And to do this, we'll use another code node. So code, we need this here, get last time function. That's what we have. So let's rename this and use this code. Copy that. Now I have no entries now, so it wouldn't be able to get any of the last scheduled times, right? Because I have none. But what it does when it runs the first time and it has no existing times, it just uses the last scheduled time, assumes that that's the current time. That's the current time in my location. So that it still works. So, and then next I need to have the node that will schedule the time. So another code node, which will now distribute the videos I've generated. In this case, I have turned my YouTube video into 5 videos. So I need 5 scheduled time slots. And this is what this function will do, schedule videos. It will find, okay, related to this last time node, right, that we set up before, what are the next 5 available times based on my posting schedule that we have set here already. So let's grab the code. And then it will distribute the videos for these time slots. So it will assign each video a time slot based on that. So when I execute it, and I go to table, you see I have, these are the 5 videos and these are the 5 scheduled times that were found. So it's 1 per day, as you see, because I've set it to post 1 video per day between this time zones or times. And next, let's go back, click save. Now I want one more node that helps me a little bit. I want to convert this time zone because this is UTC time, but I also like to have these scheduled dates in my local time, so I don't need to mentally convert it, but I already see, okay, this is the time that the post is supposed to be published. That's why I add another function that's just this function here that just converts the time, the scheduled time to my time zone. So let's add another code node here. Just put it in here. How we call it, convert times. Convert times. And when I execute it, this will give me an error first because I need to enter my specific time zone. So you need to enter a specific naming. So I couldn't just enter Munich, Germany. This wouldn't work. We need to follow a specific naming convention. And that's why I've added a prompt for you to identify the correct time zone naming. So just paste this into ChatGPT or any AI tool. And then, for example, I could type in Munich, right, as my location. And then it gives me the correct time zone naming. So then I can take that and then I can paste this in here, right? Or I could even, like, if I would type in a different city, I don't, right? Any city in the world, basically, I could say Kuala Lumpur, right? And then see, okay, what's the naming convention here? Asia, Kuala Lumpur. So then I would type this in. And once this is done, I click on execute step. Now it's converted. All those scheduled times to my local time. Good. That's it. Now I can save it. So I will actually, let's just grab this Google Sheet module here. Now I save all the information to my Google Sheet before it goes to the actual publication process. So this is just, call it save info. Let's go on here, open that. Then we need to change the operation to append row. And there, make sure the content sheet is selected. And now we need to drag and drop all those different values here that we have generated so far. So let's start. Video title, that's the YouTube video title. That comes from this one. So I can grab it in here. Now here I need to enter first. And then it will give me the value. The video URL, that's the URL of the YouTube video. So where do we have it? It's in this from the split function here, URL. And here we also need to type in first. And now the video clip idea. Now this all comes from the convert times function. So this is the video name. Okay, let's drag it in here. Then we have the virality score. That's a score that the Klap API creates based, okay, how engaging is this section of my YouTube video that's turned into a short form video. Video caption that will be published along with the video to the social media platforms. You have 2 options. So video caption normal or video caption TikTok. Just grab that one. Then we have clip URL. Okay, that's just a video URL. Now we have scheduled time. So that's the first one. And then we have the converted local time, that one. And when I click execute step, now it should save 5 entries here. Yes, it did it. Perfect. And all I could check the time. Okay, it's 1 per day. You see 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, all around 9 a.m. here. And that's because my schedule is 1 per day, 9 to this 9 p.m. So it schedules that in the beginning of the time. And so that works. Now we have everything we need to get the videos actually submitted to the publishing platforms at the scheduled times. And we use another platform, so we can't really easily connect all those different social media platforms in n8n. It's a little bit too technical to do that, and there's a much simpler way to do. And this is done via an app called Blotato. This is what I found the most scalable solution to directly publish any social media content, videos, whatever, to any platform you want. So in my case, we will connect it to 6 platforms, and you get unlimited publishing. So you can, and unlimited scheduling. So for $29 after the free trial, you can publish unlimited amounts of videos just for this plan. And this is just using the API. You have other functions and features with that where you can directly generate content within the AI process, which is not that automated, but you can just open this web app and create this. So you click on try for free. Once you're signed in, you go to settings. And then first you need to connect all the social media accounts you want to publish to. So I've already connected Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now I will show you how I would also connect TikTok and Twitter. So just click on the TikTok button. Make sure you're logged in first into your TikTok account before you click on that, and then the process works better. So now it automatically, because then it instantly loads my TikTok account I'm logged into. And then I also want to connect Twitter. So click on login with Twitter. And then Twitter is also connected. And now I have 6 accounts connected where I can distribute my videos towards. And to do this, first we need to add another node here, HTTP request. Make a request, because it's a 2-step process. First you need to upload the videos to Blotato, and then we schedule them. So let's scroll down here. Where do we have it? Here, this is upload video. So we call this node upload video. And then we use this request here. Import CUL request, import. The only thing we need to put in here is our API key, and then we need to, well, also name this properly. Well, this should actually be URL, the name. Didn't import it properly, but it's okay. Just type in URL. And now we need to get the Blotato API key. You just get this here. Click on copy key and go back here. Copy the key in here. Scroll down. Now here, this field should be JSON. Now the value here is the clip URL. Should just drag it in here. That's it. Now if we click on execute step, it will upload all these video files to Blotato. You see now we have those 5 different files on Blotato. When we open it, these are the videos. Now in the next step, we will distribute them to those 6 publishing platforms. The first publishing platform we connect is TikTok, but we will also do this with an HTTP request node. And let's go in here to my prompts, and here actually to my curl requests. We use the first one here. This will automatically preload everything we need in this node. Import. Click on import here. There's only a few small changes we need to do. We need to always enter our API key again. So paste this in here. Then here we need to switch this to expressions. Now we need account ID. Now account ID for our TikTok account is found here. Copy account ID. Place it in here. Now we have caption, clip caption. Now clip caption comes from save info. So save info, this is the clip caption. This is this one. Let's make it larger. And then we have media URL. That's the URL from here. And then we have schedule timestamp. And that also comes from here, schedule time. And we call this TikTok. Let's click on execute step and see if those 5 videos are scheduled. We see, okay, 5 videos were submitted. I go to Potato. Here I go to calendar. And now I see, okay, this is different video, different times, 1 per day. All of them were scheduled, so the setup works. And now I just need to repeat this for all the other publishing platforms. So again, plus HTTP request. Next one is Instagram. Use this curl request. Import curl. Import. Place an API key. Paste API key. Switch to expressions. Account ID from Facebook. From Instagram. Copy account ID. Go back. Let's make this larger. Account ID goes in here. Clip caption is here under save info. Clip caption here. Then we need media URL. Comes from here. And then we need the schedule time. Comes here, this one. Now click execute step. Looks good. We'll open the calendar. And I see now it's scheduled for Instagram and Twitter. Good. Let's continue. Actually, this needs to actually be here. So it needs to be in parallel. But it shouldn't change anything, so just make sure. Yes, everything is green, so good. Now let's add another node. Let's just click on here, add a node, HTTP. Let's actually duplicate this 6 times, so or 4 more times, 3 more times. Duplicate. Duplicate again. So now we have 5, we need 1 more. Because we need 6 platforms. Duplicate 1 more time. Connect them all. So the next one is this. It's Facebook. Use this curl request. Import. Delete this, enter the new command. Put an API key. Switch to expressions. Need account ID. From Facebook, copy account ID. Paste it in here. Clip caption is this. Media URL, that one. Now, in case of Facebook, I also need the Facebook page ID, but I already get this here. Facebook, copy page ID. And then the scheduled timestamp is from here, the top one. Go back, click execute. Has worked. Now I check them, and yes, the videos are also scheduled. Good. So let's continue with the next platform, which is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, rename. Use this curl request. Click import. Put an API key. Go down here, switch to expressions. Account ID from LinkedIn is here. Let's make it larger. Now clip caption is here. Clip caption. Media URL, that's this one. And the schedule time is that one. Now, before I execute this, I actually want to pin this down so it doesn't accidentally run again and create new schedule times. So let's go on here. Click execute step. Go to my calendar, reload. Yes, LinkedIn also appears now. Let's go back. Now finally, we need two more. We need YouTube. This is YouTube. There we have this curl command. Import. Click on import. Paste an API key. Switch to expressions. Then we need the YouTube account ID, this one. Paste this in here. Clip caption again from save info. Media URL from here. Now here we also need a video title, so we will just use this video clip idea as title. And then we need the schedule timestamp. Schedule time. Click execute. Check my scheduling calendar. YouTube is also here, good. Let's continue with the last one, which is Twitter. Twitter. Let's grab this curl request. Import. Here. API key one more time. Now here, first we need to switch to expressions. That's important. Then we make it larger. Then here I go to my Twitter account ID. Clip caption. Comes from here. Media URL. This and schedule timestamp. Execute. Check my scheduler. And now we also have Twitter. I need one more thing. I want to receive a response. Like when the videos were processed for scheduling, I want to receive a Telegram message that everything went fine. So it's going to be Telegram send a text message. I need to get the chat ID. This comes from the trigger node. So at the start, chat ID is this one. Now this must be first. Now the text, I've already prepared this for you. Telegram response. Copy that. Paste in here. We see, okay, this gets me this response, your video, then comes the YouTube video title, was published to these platforms and for these times, like scheduled for these times, good. And now we also need to set it to execute only once. And when we click on execute, I get this message. Your video with this title, YouTube video, was converted into 5 shorts. And those 5 shorts were scheduled to these platforms at this time. Good. That's what I wanted. That's it. Click save. So with that, the setup is complete. But before we can continue, we will first we will unpin all of those pins here. So because now I want to get this ready, right? So I can actually use it. We want to unpin all the pins. Click on unpin data. Unpin data. Unpin data. Unpin data. One more time. And now I can switch this to active, because now I have already 30 scheduled posts from one run. So one YouTube video was turned into 30 scheduled posts. That's like those 5 videos that you see published to those 6 platforms. That's 30. So I would only need to repeat this process a few more times, and then I will have 200 scheduled posts. So I will go to YouTube. I would just pick the next video, open Telegram, paste it in. Actually, I would remove this second count, type in 5, click on enter, and then it should run. I could go to executions and I will see it's running. And now it will automatically work. It will generate 5 new videos, and then they will be scheduled across those 6 platforms. So then I would have 60 posts, then I would have 90 posts, then 120, 150, 180, and 210, just from pasting a few YouTube videos links. But you always want to wait until you got a confirmation message that the process was complete. And then you submit the next YouTube video link. And then all those videos will be generated and scheduled on those 6 different platforms. So you can easily generate on a single day, within a few minutes, over 200 posts with this automation. Now let's look at the costs. I also put you a cost breakdown on this website here. Of the entire automation, every tool we are using. There are 2 cost breakdowns. One is the normal version we have set up. There's also a budget version, which gives you different options at lower prices. Now, the first is I have divided this into like 30 shorts per month created, 60 shorts, 90 shorts, or 120 shorts. So n8n, the platform we are using to automate the process where we build the workflow, is $24 a month. It gives you 2,500 executions a month. And that's more than enough. One execution is basically one video converted into multiple short form videos and published. That's one execution. So that's $24 for all of these scales. Now, Klap API, that costs you, a little bit less than, I think around 90 cents per video generated per short form video. So for 30 videos, that's a little bit lower than $30. For 60 videos, around $50, and 90 videos, around $80, and so on. And Potato, the platform that we used for publishing to these 6 platforms, we get unlimited publishing. So this costs us $29 a month, and that's consistent throughout all these posting volumes. In total, this will give us this costs like $80 to publish 30 shorts per month across 6 platforms. So that's like 160 posts published, and I will come to that later. I show you exactly what it costs you actually per post. And this is $100 for 60 shorts and so on. And this is the cost per short. Like, what does it cost you for one short? For 30s, it costs you $2.65 to create one short. Here it costs you $1.77 and so on. Now it is a budget version. Now you could use n8n as what's a self-hosted version or a local installation. It's a little bit more technical, and also connecting those different tools like Google Sheets could be a little bit more complex. So it's not just click a button, log in, and you're connected. You might need a more technical setup. However, that would reduce the price of like $6 per month. So if this is important to you and you are willing to invest a few hours to get this set up, then this could be an option. Klap API stays the same. Now there's a different alternative. It's called uploadpost.com. So you could switch it out with Potato, which would cut the cost around in half. However, there's a few limitations you have with this platform. So you can only upload 120 posts a month, then you need to upgrade. That's the only difference between that. So if you want to publish more than 120 per month, you need to upgrade on. The other drawback is they don't have a scheduling function. I haven't found that here, so that's why it would only work with direct publishing, or you would need to put in another customization so that the posts are sent to upload.post.com only at the scheduled time, but there's no like direct scheduling option here. So, and that's why I have used Potato. It's the simplest technical to set up and the most scalable, because I have unlimited publishing. However, you could reduce the price by that to $64, $73, $99, and this will cut the cost per short a little bit more down to $1.50, down to around $1. Now, however, like if you consider, okay, so how many posts do you actually get, right? 30 posts distributed to 6 platforms, it's like 180 posts, so 180 opportunities to get visible in front of your audience. And this with your standard automation would reduce the cost per post to 40 cents. Or if you want to post 60 shorts across 6 platforms, that's 360 posts. Or 120 shorts per month to 6 platforms, 720 posts per month. So that's quite remarkable, right? How far you can scale it based on the visibility you get on these 6 platforms that you can connect. And then it would reduce the price per post to 20 cents. So that's rather cheap. And also when you consider like how much time do you save using the automation, because you could also use the Klap web application, right? Klap, they allow you to directly paste a YouTube video link and then it's converted into short forms. The same process that's happening in our automation you could do here. However, you would still need to upload those different posts or schedule them to those different platforms manually, and this still takes a little bit more time. That's why here, when you compare it to the automation, right, you might save money because here it's cheaper, $29 versus $79, like 30 shorts per month, 79, right? 29 or versus $100. So that's a significant difference in terms of how much it would cost you, the web application with your manual, where you have to do more manual work, versus a fully automated process where you only have to send a YouTube link and everything else is handled for you. The videos are generated and published and scheduled and according to your plan. You don't have to deal with anything else. And so I estimate that it normally, if I want to go the Klap web app, right, and turn one YouTube video into different short form videos and upload them, it would cost me maybe 6 minutes per one video. So I would save, if I use the automation, save 3 hours per month if I post 30 videos compared to the web app. So yes, it's cheaper, but so you might save $50 a month, but you also have to spend 3 hours extra per month. Or here, right, 60 shorts per month. Yes, you save almost $80 on the price, but you have to do more manual work. And in total, 60 videos scheduled individually on those different platforms or published manually could easily cost 6 hours a month. So it's more a question, okay, how much worth is your time for you, right? So if you would consider the value of your time 25 hours, 3 hours would be 5 hours that you would save with the automation. So you could compare that, okay, normally it costs $50. I would save $50 if I use the web app, but I also need to spend 3 hours more. So is it really worth it, right? You need to think about it for yourself. What's more important to you, the money or what is your hourly rate? And that's why I've also put in this automation ROI. So for example, how do you know when is the automation worth it, your time, right? Worth the price versus what the time it saves you and what it would cost you to use the web application. So for example, if you value your time more than $17 per hour, then you would still profit from the automation versus the web application. Or here, if you like, it gets lower and lower. If you want to publish 60 shorts per month across these 6 platforms, and then if you value your time more than $13 per hour, you would still profit more from the automated process versus doing it manually, right? Would you rather save $80 or would you rather save 6 hours? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you want to see more videos like this where I show you how to build these highly effective AI-powered automations and agents, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos.